Welcome to Hardline. This is Phil, and once again, I'm blaming the Russians as usual because I just mentioned supposed to mention or because the entire rant I just went on refused to record. So today, though, I wanted to talk about good old Nancy Pelosi. Gotta love her. You know, somebody's got to. God loves her, I know. Nancy Pelosi finally basically admitted that the reason why people did not get the COVID relief that they need, that some of them desperately and drastically need, that the reason why was because they needed to hurt Trump's chances at the election. Now, back in August, Pelosi said that they wouldn't budge, that they were not going to back down. 1.6 wasn't enough. 1.6 trillion wasn't enough. 1.8 trillion in October still wasn't enough. And besides, they also needed to get rid of the business liability protections. They were not going to budge on this. They were not going to back down on this. Now, meanwhile, at the time when Wolf Blitzer was asking, why don't you sign this bill? People need help. You know, she snapped at him. She acted like Wolf Blitzer was, you know, Andrew Breitbart or something, like, you know, you're with you're supporting the Trump administration and blah, blah, blah. She went nuts. And that's pretty much happened again in her most recent press conference. Joe Biden is committed to ending, to crushing the virus and having a bill that America's initiative, Build Back Better, a vaccine, answer to our prayers. Oh, wow. Not at all overshooting there. I'm very proud of where we are. She snappily, very angrily responded to one of the reporters who was asking about, you know, this whole situation and the new offers on the table. And she basically said, I'm not going to answer your question. If you're gonna question me and how we've handled this and the relief bill, and you know, all of a sudden now that Joe Biden has been elected, apparently, you know, she's decided, now the people need any sort of bill that we can get passed, any sort of bill we can get passed. Well, you know, they probably could have used any sort of bill before too. And, not to let the other side get away with it either. You know, as much as I lay personal blame on Nancy Pelosi, the likes of Mitch McConnell, you know, even Lindsey Graham pointed out that, you know, nobody's going to go for the Mitch McConnell bill, the $500 billion bill that also contains the controversial liability protections. But, you know, I'm on the fence about the 3 martini lunch tax deduction. You know, that should be standard practice just because it's America, honestly. But yeah, so, you know, I saw just earlier today, Nancy Antoinette, somebody pointed it out, which I found funny because, you know, I'd made that connection before, basically based on, you know, the famous video where she's, what is it, James Corden or whatever, and at the height of the pandemic, and people are losing their jobs and losing their homes, and she's showing off her giant, you know, like $10,000-$15,000 deep freezer full of ice cream, you know. But as she so angrily yelled at Wolf Blitzer, we represent these people. Gosh, you know, I'm so glad that she feeds and clothes all the people that she represents. Oh, wait, is that why San Francisco in her home district is like rife with tent cities? Is that why? Because she's so busy feeding and clothing them? But yeah, like I said, you know, it's not just the Pelosi's out there. The likes of Mitch McConnell on the other side are equally unwilling to budge. And I also believe that it's all about politics right on that end too. But I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to leave you guys with a prediction. In the next 2 to 6 years, we're going to see the little hairline fractures are going to become major fissures in the two-party system. You know, Trump already cut the Republican Party in two. You know, the Trump supporters will refer to anybody else as rhinos, Republican in name only. The more establishment wing of the Republican Party, the likes of the George Bushes and whatnot, versus the left wing side. We've got our centrist war hawks. You know, basically neoconservatives who respect genders, gender pronouns. You know, that's your Kamala Harris and Biden and Pelosi and that whole gang, versus the more progressive and far left wing with AOC and the Squad, and you know, bless his little heart, Bernie Sanders, who is standing up against the $900 billion bill. It's funny, you know. And, you know, maybe that's something I'll get into, by the way, because it really does seem like the Democratic Party is trying to stick it to Sanders. They're still mad about 2016 when it was Hillary's turn, and they had to steal it from him, which is probably part of why they lost the election. But, yeah, so like I said, keep an eye on that in the next 2 to 6 years. I predict major fissures on both the right and the left. It'll be interesting to see how that shakes up. Until next time, though, guys, this has been Phil with Hardline.